it. All right. And Money Talks now, having discipline when it comes to your money. Edward Jones, financial advisor. Allison Gilman-Aquino here to talk about wants versus needs.
One of the few positives, Sean, of the recession and all the fallout surrounding it is that I think people realize we really don't want to live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
So then if life happens, we're really in dire straits. So it's basically all about separating wants versus needs, building up that emergency savings so that you've got a little bit of a cash cushion so that you're not always one jump ahead of the flame financially.
Right, right. So, you know, got to start with your priorities, the boring stuff. So needs right here. This is the stuff you got to think about, you got to take care of first before you can play.
Yep, that's exactly right. And I just did a real basic list here, so let's kind of just run through it. Okay, under the needs category, we've got mortgage and rent, we've got food, utilities, there's child care, insurance, house insurance, life insurance, car insurance. But then there's also emergency money because, like we say, nobody wants to be in the situation where you're living paycheck to paycheck and then if the dryer breaks or the furnace conks out or something like that, you know, your car needs tires.
Car trouble.
You're into your retirement savings trying to get money out because you need that to live on.
Yeah, you don't want to set yourself up for problems there, unforeseen problems.
Exactly.
So let's go to wants right here.
Yes.
And you trust me to write, I told you. I once had a colleague say, "What, did a 10-year-old write that? What is that?" My printing is just as bad as my cursive.
That's why I gave you the fat Sharpie.
Okay.
And
I should have been a doctor the way
letters.
I write, you know? Okay.
So, you know, wants would be obviously, you know, shopping trips to the mall.
Yeah. So should we put that?
Sure.
Mall?
Let's put, mall.
Mall.
What, your DirecTV so you can watch all the different NFL teams?
Football, I was going to put Corvette. Is that okay? That's always been a dream
Corvette would
of mine.
be a want.
Okay. I'll save that for my midlife crisis.
That's right.
I'm getting closer and closer to that.
The new car would be a want.
Yeah, right,
you know,
new car,
If you could milk another year out of the one that you've got and just keep up the repairs and things like that.
And hopefully you can get through that.
Exactly. So the bottom line is, okay, every month I know I have X amount of dollars coming in. So I need to make sure that I've got all of the needs paid for. And then with the money that's left over, then I'm looking at my wants.
Yeah.
And so,
can I add another one?
Sure.
Trip to Key West.
Okay.
That's what I want to do January. Just leave here for a month.
Get away, get away. And then would we have to put down, you know, the tanning bed before you go to Key West and all the copper tone you're going to need
so
to go?
I don't stand out. Yeah, right.
My margarita fund, you know, maybe some of that. So, you know, I mean, that's the whole thing. Is that if this would be helpful for you, I know it's really simple and basic, but, you know, do a little budget for yourself. And I know some people like to write down what they spend for an entire month to see where does all my money go because I have no idea. I'm just thinking if you can put down these general categories, put a price next to each of them, go, okay, I know X amount of dollars is my take-home pay, so I have $150 left over every month that could go toward wants. And maybe you got to save a little while. You know, that's the other thing, too. Rather than charging things and paying for things with credit, high interest rates that get you behind the 8 ball right from the start, maybe what you do is with some of your wants, because, you know, you got a while till spring in Key West, start saving for it now so that you've got money. You don't have to put yourself in debt to get there.
Right. All right. This is all
Wants
good advice,
versus needs.
Allison. Good priorities. Got to have them. Don't forget, if you have any questions, anything you want to pass along for your concerns, wake up 6 at fox6now.com. Now, Allison, let's go to the Emmy Award-winning Rob Haswell. Congratulations.